this spring been for you? Obviously coming in last year with the ACL and trying to recover and get through. How's this one been?
It's been a lot of fun. It's been good for me just to kind of have time to kind of just get to enjoy myself a little bit and not feel as much pressure. Last year at this time I was all rehab, just trying to make sure I could even be available to play this season. To fast forward now to where I know I feel really good, I feel comfortable, I feel really familiar with the defense with my teammates. So I'm in a really good space right now, and I'm just looking forward to the season.
Do you like how they used you, where they used you specifically last year?
Yeah, last year, yeah. I feel like my situation just last year with, managing my knee and things like that, I think they did everything with my best interest to look out for me. And so going into this year, being able to feel like 100% like myself, obviously it opens the door for me to be able to do a lot more for the team. So I'm looking forward to it.
So you want to play outside specifically rather than being in the slump?
I just want to play. Yeah, I just want to play ball. No, I don't really care.
Do you have any summer plans now that you're healed and ready to go for a year? Do you have anything you plan to do?
I'm going home on Friday. Yeah, I'm going to go home on Friday for like the next 2 weeks, and I'm going to come back out here like the 1st of July, and then I'll just be training out here until camp.
No Cancun or Bahamas trip?
No, I went to Cabo like right after the season, so that was my good out-of-the-country trip.
What was your early impression of your new teammates, Max and Elijah?
Yeah, no, I was telling somebody earlier, like, you saw very quickly why they got brought here. They add a lot to our room, a lot of versatility, and a lot of depth, which is something I feel like we improved on from last year. So having them guys and the skill set that they bring, I think, is going to do a lot for us.
How do you feel like you take the next step this season?
I think being available, consistencies are the two biggest things for me, because I know when I'm out there and I'm fully healthy, I know that I can do a lot for our team and I can help out a lot. So a big focus on me has just been eating the right things, taking care of my body, so that way, I only played like 9-8 games last year. My goal is to play 18+ this year. So, obviously you got to make some changes to be able to withstand that.
You guys have a very young and inexperienced room. How do you think that translates in terms of how you guys kind of handle going forward? Do you think of yourselves as, hey, we're relatively inexperienced, or do you like the idea that you guys are all kind of young and coming up together?
No, we see it as kind of just young and coming up together, because it's a lot of energy, fresh minds, fresh faces, and we're all eager to learn. We're not older guys where sometimes, vets will have their own ways they want to go about things. We're very open to the coaching, and we trust what JG and the staff has for us, especially defensively, to put us in the right positions to play ball and be good.
JG mentioned that you and Greg Dortch have been having some good battles. Just how is that helping you guys grow, and what are you seeing out of the wide receivers?
Yeah, no, Dortch, I feel like Dortch is making me a better player by the day. Each day when we go into practice, I know that I got to bring my best foot forward, because I know that Dortch is coming ready to go. So I've been really thankful for being able to go against him, Mike, Marvin, all the guys in the room. I feel like our room this year, especially, we have a lot of talented guys in a lot of different ways. And so I feel like for me and the secondary, going against them every day is only going to make us better going into the season.
When you match up against
How's Marvin out there?
Special. Yeah, special.
Garrett,
In what way has he looked special?
You look at his height and then you look at his movement ability. Those two things usually don't match up like that, So for him to do it and make everything look so easily, the ball tracking ability, he's everything people said he is.
Could you imagine kind of, from being injured and then you kind of got put in pretty quickly, and then you got a pick like early when you got back into the lineup. Did it just kind of move fast? Could you imagine the way that things went last year, the way they did go?
Yeah, in a way, because for me, when I got hurt, I knew that my goal was, like, I wanted to play in the NFL, like, that next season. I didn't want to have to take, like, a gap year or anything like that. And so I knew I just had to kind of put my head down and work. And then when it came to getting the interception in the first game, honestly, going into that game, I was telling people that I was going to do that. And so when it happened, it was kind of more like, all right, like, that's crazy how I predicted it. But from that point forward, it's part of football. You make plays, you have good games, bad games. I think the biggest thing is just learning from it regardless, so that way going into this year I can be even better.
What are the differences between playing a nickel to being a press outside guy?
Yeah, when you're playing on the inside, I feel like you kind of have to have a much better idea of, like, the big picture of what's going on around you, just because you have to be accounted for in the run game and the pass game, versus that corner. It's a little bit more isolated, where it's a lot more you're focused on the guy you're on or whatever guys come to your side or whatever side you're at. And then I think just inside you have to have a little bit more of a reaction, instinct kind of feel to it. And obviously you do to a corner, but again, when you're in the run game, everything happens a lot faster when you're a lot closer to the ball.
Garrett, you mentioned you went to Cabo right after the season. When did you get back in the weight room, and has this spring just flown by, or does it seem like it's been a long time?
Honestly, I was in Cabo for 4 days, and those are the only days out of the offseason that I wasn't like training. So I've tried to be really big on just trying to stay on top of my body and things like that. Now, obviously, I wasn't lifting like 400 pounds the whole offseason, but I stayed on top of it every day, from running, light lifting, stretching, yoga, Pilates, like all those types of things, just so again I can just feel as prepped for the season as possible.
Has it flown by for you?
Yeah, right now especially, time is definitely flying by now. Me and Keetra were saying like football's here. Even in this little break, this is not a break. It's time to go.
Do you think this defense is kind of flying under the radar going into the season?
I can't really tell you because I don't really know how people see us in terms of like the media, but I do feel like that we have an improved group from last year, and I feel like in terms of just overall camaraderie on the defense and as a team, I feel like it's in a really good place. And I feel like even last year we had a very good team chemistry, but this year it feels a little bit different, and I feel like everybody kind of understands like what we're trying to get done this year.